We are implementing a profound change in our approach to innovation. We've been working on that for the last 3 years. And the ambition is that the implementation of boots on the ground, action behind it, is something that we can take forward as fast as possible, but most importantly, as deeply and broadly as possible. So our ambition is around coalescing a much greater understanding of the importance of acting systemically, of the importance of continuing to invest in innovation as the critical enabler to close the colossal gaps we have between where we are and our ambition to live within planetary limits. But to do so with an understanding that we need to fundamentally innovate the way we are innovating or the way we're using innovation. And now really for us the scale of ambition is around not only how do we follow forward in implementation of that, but how do we begin to put in scaling dynamics so that what we are able to do catalyses the activities of others in exponential ways. Putting them all together. We do and we don't. We do have many of the technologies and solutions. We have them in single point ways, individual solutions that we've been thinking about in individual sectors and individual industries. What we have not done is work out how to really mash them together or even just hook them up and implement them in ways that are fully integrated. And what we do not have is the kind of innovation, or what we have yet very little of, is the kind of innovation that begins to think about whole systems change in such a way as to combine effects with where the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. So begin to bring together multiple cash flows. For example, the infrastructure, the digital infrastructure that we need to retrofit buildings so that they are significantly more energy efficient and so that they do not draw upon fossil fuels. It's the same digital infrastructure that we need for telemedicine and in-home healthcare. What we've not been thinking about is how would we combine the needs of both sectors of the economy and the opportunities to design for those solutions together in such a way as to get a whole lot of co-benefits, which would also feed in to a greater public, possibly a greater public awareness of the benefits of living in ways that are more sustainable. This doesn't need to mean a trade-off between sustainability and prosperity. Climate change is addressing commons. Ultimately, this is about how we live more effectively with one another and more effectively with the resources that we need to live. Water, food security, clean air, access to land, the ability to produce sufficient for our own survival and ongoing population growth. That means that this is not a question, or it should not be a question, of a public upfront investment in order to address a transition from a previous capital market economy to a subsequent capital market economy, and then it's just a question of getting out of the way and letting the private come in. But more the imperative, the need, the coherence of designing for public value creation and private value creation together, so that we also create a different economic paradigm that recognises the fundamental importance of those two, making markets that are sustainable and prosperous and regenerative. They bring people together who are passing each other like ships in the night in COP, or sort of bumping into each other in the course of different initiatives. But this is an event that has a sustained and thoughtful programming around what are the multiple perspectives that people are considering, that are bringing together. It brings that in close proximity to COP, but within a context where some more thoughtful exchanges can take place that are a little bit less driven by or subject to the political process kind of waves of ups and downs, even in terms of participation. So it's a sustained exchange, it's a sustained participation, and it's an opportunity for many actors working in otherwise independently presented sectors to meet one another and to exchange ideas. And that, from my perspective here, the urgent need is for us to pool very different perspectives and have some of those creative collisions take place.